Okay, so today we're going deep on something you might not expect
Okay.
when you think about like gold seal certification,
Right.
all the business skills and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's freehand sketching.
Interesting.
Yeah, we've got this training document here,
Yeah.
and they really emphasize it.
I know it's not the first thing that comes to mind.
It is
When you think construction management, is it?
not at all. I think
Yeah.
like spreadsheets and,
Yeah.
contracts and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But so to have this in here is kind of fascinating to me.
It is interesting, isn't it? Because we always think of construction documentation and communication as being very formal,
Yeah,
lots of paperwork.
yeah.
But the reality is that sometimes a simple sketch can be the most effective tool you have,
Especially on a job site.
especially on a job site, yeah, where things are moving fast
Yeah.
and you need to communicate quickly.
So for somebody going for their gold seal,
Right.
I mean, obviously communication is a huge part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like what is it about sketching specifically?
Well, you can think of it as a way to bridge the gap between those detailed blueprints and what's actually happening on the ground.
Okay.
So it's a way to quickly clarify a tricky detail,
Mm-hmm.
show how a change order might impact the work,
Yeah.
or even just problem solve on the fly with subcontractors.
Now I'm curious, in your experience,
Sure.
what are some like times where you've seen a sketch be the most effective way to communicate something?
Oh gosh, countless times.
Really?
Just the other week, I was on a site where the location of some underground utilities wasn't matching up
Right.
with what the as-built drawings were showing.
Oh, wow.
And so rather than going through pages and pages of documentation,
Right.
a quick sketch on the back of a work order clarified that discrepancy for everyone involved.
And like potentially saved a lot of...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prevented a very costly mistake.
That makes total sense. And this training document
Yeah.
also gives that example of like the concrete pour is delayed.
Right.
And you got to quickly explain rebar placement to the subcontractor.
Exactly.
And that'd be way faster than like trying to get the plans out.
Exactly. And that speed translates into efficiency,
Yeah,
which is obviously crucial on any project.
totally.
The document also talks about how this seemingly informal skill
Right.
actually ties into the more formal world of construction contracts,
Oh, interesting.
specifically CCDC contracts.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because
Yeah.
they bring up CCDC2 and
Yes.
change orders and stuff.
Yeah.
But how does a sketch play into that?
Right.
It's not like you're changing the contract with like a little doodle.
Exactly. You're not amending the contract with a doodle, but think about it like this.
Okay.
Think about Clause GC 6.1 in the CCDC2 document,
Right.
which is the owner's right to make changes.
Okay.
When those changes arise,
Yeah.
that's when a sketch can be really helpful.
Okay.
It can supplement the formal communication
Mm-hmm.
by making the scope and impact of that change crystal clear.
It's almost like a visual aid
Exactly.
to help explain the contract stuff.
Yeah, it helps to ensure that everyone's on the same page,
Right.
which can really help to avoid disputes down the line.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, it can also demonstrate your competency as a gold seal candidate,
Oh, interesting.
because you're not just saying that you understand the change,
Right.
you're visually demonstrating it.
Showing them.
You're showing them
Yeah.
that you grasp the spatial relationships and the implications.
Well, and they really emphasize in here
Yeah.
clear and proportional sketches.
Yes.
So it is about more than just scribbling.
Absolutely. A well-executed sketch shows attention to detail,
Yeah.
an understanding of scale,
Yeah.
and a good grasp of the overall project.
Totally.
It builds credibility,
Yeah.
especially when you're dealing with clients or other stakeholders.
This is really interesting. I never really thought about it this way
It really is
before.
something that's often overlooked.
Yeah, it kind of reframes sketching as like a communication superpower
As-
for anybody in construction,
Mhm.
but especially for those going for Gold Seal.
Yeah, valuable tool.
So I guess for our listeners out there on the Gold Seal path,
Yeah.
I would challenge you to think about where on your current project
Mm-hmm.
could a quick sketch save you some time,
Yeah.
prevent some confusion,
Yeah.
or just make things a little bit clearer.
Good idea.
So grab a pen and paper. Give it a try.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah, you might be surprised
Yeah.
at how much this simple skill can actually help you out.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Sounds good.